I tracked auction prices for 127 SUVs over the last 11 months. 3 of them are doing something I've never seen in 22 years turning wrenches. Their values are climbing. Not holding steady, climbing. While Highlanders and Pilots are dropping $400 a month, these 3 went up an average of $1,850 since January 2025. I put my own money where my mouth is. I bought one 6 weeks ago. If you wait 90 days, you'll pay $3,000 to $5,000 more for the exact same vehicle. Here's what nobody's connecting. There's a supply shock coming that dealerships are just now figuring out. New EPA emissions regulations kicked in this year. They killed 3 entire model lines mid-production. The used market for certain body styles and drivetrains just got cut off at the knees. At the same time, insurance companies reclassified risk categories for turbo 4-cylinders under 2.5 liters. Premiums jumped 18% to 23%. Families are panic selling their small crossovers and hunting for naturally aspirated V6 3-rows and specific all-wheel drive systems that got grandfathered. The 3 SUVs I'm about to show you have the exact combination the market is now desperate for, and nobody's noticed yet. Let's get into it before they do. Number 3. 2018 to 2020 Nissan Pathfinder SL or Platinum. I know what you're thinking. Nissan CVT transmissions are garbage, right? Wrong. Not on this one, and that's the secret. Listen carefully. The Pathfinder uses a completely different CVT than the Rogue, Ultima, or Sentra. It's not even made by Jatco. It's a Bosch unit co-developed with ZF. Nissan buried this fact in technical manuals because they didn't want to confuse marketing. The result? Everyone assumes all Nissan CVTs fail at 80,000 miles. I've had 9 2018-2020 Pathfinders come through my shop in the past 14 months with over 120,000 miles. 0 CVT failures, not one. 2 needed wheel bearings, 1 had a leaking valve cover gasket. That's it. Here's why this matters right now. 3 months ago, you could buy a 2019 Pathfinder SL with 65,000 miles for $16,500 all day long. I checked the same listings last week. That identical vehicle is now $18,900 to $21,200 depending on region. Dealers are starting to figure it out. Why the jump? 2 reasons. First, the 2022-2024 Pathfinder redesign uses a 9-speed automatic that's having early teething problems. Owners are trading them back in and hunting for the older, proven CVT model. Yes, you read that right. They want the CVT now because it's the reliable one. Second, the Pathfinder has a 6,000-pound towing capacity with the factory tow package. Most 3-row crossovers max out to 3,500 to 5,000 pounds. With new travel trailers and overland camping exploding, towing capacity became the #1 search filter on Auto Trader in Q4 2024. The Pathfinder delivers. When you're shopping for one, here's the checklist. Verify it has the tow package. Not all SLs came with it, but Platinums did. Check the hitch receiver under the rear bumper. Confirm the CVT fluid has been changed at least once. Nissan says lifetime fluid. That's corporate nonsense. It should be changed every 60,000 miles. If there's no record, budget $320 to do it immediately. Test the 4WD lock button. Some models had a switch failure around 90,000 miles. Easy $180 fix, but use it as negotiation leverage. Inspect the 3rd-row seat mechanism. Early 2018s had a latch issue. Takes 15 seconds to check. Pull the strap, fold it up, make sure it locks solid. Who should buy this? Families who tow, road trippers, Anyone who wants a proven three-row under $22,000 that's about to be $28,000 by summer. Who should skip it? If you're scared of the letters CVT, no matter what I just told you, your loss. Someone smarter will buy it. Number 2, 2017 to 2019 GMC Acadia Denali with the 3.6-liter V6. Here's something dealerships are doing right now that should make you furious. 2 months ago, a GM service bulletin went out to all Chevy, GMC, and Buick dealers. It told them to stop accepting 2017 to 2019 Acadias as trade-ins unless they could verify the timing chain update had been completed. Why? Because GM quietly extended the powertrain warranty on those years to cover timing chain failures up to 150,000 miles or 10 years. Translation? GM knows the engine has a weak point, but they also know how to fix it permanently with an updated chain tensioner kit that costs them $280 in parts. But here's the beautiful part. The market doesn't know this yet. Sellers are panicking, dumping Acadias for $3,000 to $5,000 under book value because they think the engine is a ticking time bomb. Buyers are avoiding them entirely. I bought one myself 6 weeks ago. 2018 GMC Acadia Denali, 72,000 miles, certified clean Carfax. I paid $19,400. KBB said it should have been $24,800. The previous owner was terrified of the timing chain issues he read about on forums. I called the local GMC dealer. VIN check showed the updated tensioner was installed under warranty at 43,000 miles. The work was free. The issue is solved for the life of the vehicle, but the seller didn't know to check. That SUV is now worth $22,500 based on current comps. I made $3,100 in equity in 42 days by knowing one thing the seller didn't. Here's what's happening right now. Acadia inventory on used lots is disappearing. I track 14 dealers in my region. In December, there were 47 Acadias listed between $18K and $25K. Today, 11. Dealers who understand the timing chain fix are buying them at auction, doing the $280 update themselves, and flipping them for $4,000 profit in under 3 weeks. The Acadia Denali specifically is a monster value. Dual sunroof, heated and cooled leather seats, Bose audio, tri-zone climate, power liftgate, adaptive cruise. You're talking about $52,000 worth of SUV when new, now selling for $19,000 to $24,000 with the right knowledge. Your inspection checklist. Run the VIN through GM's owner portal. It'll show every service bulletin and recall. If the timing chain update, bulletin number 20-NA-355, shows completed, you're golden. If it hasn't been done, negotiate $2,000 off and take it to a GMC dealer. They'll do the work for free under the extended warranty. You just saved $2,000. Check for oil consumption. Early 3.6L engines sometimes burned oil between changes. Pull the dipstick. If it's a quart low and the owner says they just changed it 2,000 miles ago, walk away. Test the AWD engagement. Hit the AWD mode button while driving and feel for the front end pulling slightly. Should be immediate. Delayed response means transfer case issues. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants a fully loaded 3-row luxury SUV for Kia money and knows how to check a VIN. Who should skip it? If you can't be bothered to spend 3 minutes verifying the timing chain update, you'll overpay for something else. Number 1. 2016 to 2018 Volvo XC90 T6 Inscription. This is the one I've been sitting on for 9 months, and I'm only telling you now because the window is closing fast. Volvo XC90s from this generation were leased like crazy by wealthy families who wanted the luxury and safety but didn't want to own them long term. Those 3-year leases started maturing in 2019 to 2021. The used market got flooded. Prices collapsed. A $65,000 SUV was selling for $22,000 by 2022. Depreciation was catastrophic. Everyone thought these were money pits. European luxury equals expensive repairs. That's what the internet said. But here's what actually happened. I service 11 XC90s regularly. Mileage ranges from 87,000 to 140,000. You know what the most expensive repair has been across all of them? A $940 turbocharger wastegate actuator on one with 118,000 miles. That's it. No air suspension failures, no electrical nightmares, just oil changes, brakes, and tires. The T6 engine is a 2.0-liter turbocharged and supercharged 4-cylinder, making 316 horsepower. It sounds like a gimmick. It's not. Volvo co-developed this engine with Geely for global production. It's built in Sweden and China to the exact same spec. Over-engineered, under-stressed, bulletproof. Now here's the shift nobody saw coming. In January 2025, Volvo announced they're discontinuing all internal combustion engines globally by 2027. Every future XC90 will be fully electric. The 2025 XC90 is the last gas-powered generation, and production ends this summer. Immediately, auction prices started climbing. A 2017 XC90 T6 Inscription sold for $21,500 in December is now bringing $28,800 to $29,400 at dealer auctions. Retail lots haven't caught up yet, but they will in 60 to 90 days. Why does this matter? Because there's a massive subset of buyers who refuse to buy electric. Towing, range anxiety, charging infrastructure in rural areas, long road trips. These people want luxury, but they want gas engines. The XC90 is one of the last true 3-row luxury SUVs with a gas engine, Scandinavian safety engineering, and a price under $30,000. When the market realizes there won't be any more, demand will explode. I bought my second one 3 weeks ago. 2017 XC90 T6 Inscription, 68,000 miles, paid $24,700. Identical comps are now listed at $28,900 on AutoTrader. In 6 months, I'm projecting $32,000 to $34,000 based on auction trends. Your inspection playbook. Verify the Census Connect system was updated. Early models had a software bug causing the screen to freeze. Volvo fixed it with an over-the-air update. Go to Settings, Software Version. Should read 2.4.18 or higher. Check for active Volvo on-call subscription. This unlocks remote start, tracking, and maintenance alerts. If it expired, you can reactivate for $200 per year. Worth it. Inspect the panoramic sunroof drains. These can clog and cause water leaks into the headliner. Pour a cup of water into each corner drain while parked. Should drain instantly. If slow, $120 to clean them out. Test every seat adjustment and memory setting. The Inscription has 4-way lumbar, extendable thigh support, and memory for 3 drivers. All should work perfectly. If not, negotiation ammo. Confirm it has the factory tow package, adds $1,200 to resale value, and boosts towing to 5,000 pounds. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants a Range Rover experience at Honda Accord money and understands what last of its kind means for value. Who should skip it? If you need maximum cargo space, the XC90 is tighter than a Yukon. And if you're buying to flip in 12 months, the Acadia is faster money. There it is, 3 SUVs the market is sleeping on while auction houses are waking up. The Pathfinder is climbing because of towing demand and CVT redemption. The Acadia is a steal because of a fixable timing chain issue that GM already solved. The XC90 is about to become a collector's item because it's the last gas-powered luxury three-row Volvo will ever make. You've got maybe 90 days before retail catches up to wholesale. After that, you're paying full price like everyone else. If this helped, subscribe. I've got more videos coming on cars that are about to make people rich or regretful. Your move.